Finally, it's time to be America. Recently, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, had a meeting with Donald Trump, the future President of the United States, and some things were said involving Canada joining the United States. Canada being the 51st state. This meeting was because Donald Trump said that he's going to be taxing Canada and Mexico. And so Trudeau is running over to Trump and saying, please don't tax us. So this comment was a joke, obviously. Reading any article too, you can definitely see this was a joke. Trump is always making jokes. But I think the funniest part, the best part for me of this was opening up Reddit and seeing that nobody on Reddit understood that it was a joke. They didn't read the article, they just read the headline and started going monkey brain and just talking about how bad Trump is for making this comment, clearly not understanding that it's a joke. So just look at these comments. They are ridiculously upvoted by everyone who doesn't understand the situation or can't take a joke. That was had during a dinner between the Prime Minister and President, that Canada can't handle the economic effects of a punishing 25% tariff on its goods. Justin Trudeau said this to Trump, and Trump said, well, why doesn't Canada just join the US and become the 51st state? The article says the president was telling jokes and teasing Canada, of course, in no way a serious comment. But people don't want to actually read the article, just the headline's good enough, right? Nice, Reddit. Also spoken at the dinner was talks about the immigrants coming from Canada to the US and the drug problem that's rampant in Canada. So for those of you who don't know, Canada has a serious homeless and opioid problem, primarily in Vancouver, but the rest of Canada is affected as well. While Mexico is the primary source of immigrants and drugs flowing into the United States, Canada does play a small portion of that, as well as it works the other way around, with the US also has drugs and immigration coming into Canada as well. An advisor for Justin Trudeau also said that Trump has said this before, back when he was president and Trudeau was president in 2019. Trump also said Canada should join as the 51st state. So this isn't even a new joke that people are getting upset about. One of the funnier posts I don't really understand is the AI generated image Trump posted on his Instagram that was captioned, "Oh Canada," with him standing in front of a Canadian flag, and the mountains in the background is actually not Canadian mountains, it's Matterhorn, which is between Switzerland and Italy. Following up with this, Justin Trudeau meets with the opposition leader, Pierre. This meeting was one of the first face-to-face meetings between the two rivals in a setting like this, as it comes down to Canada against Trump's tariffs.
And the Prime Minister has lost control of everything. He's lost control of the borders, lost control of immigration, lost control of spending and the deficit, lost control of inflation and housing costs, lost control of his own caucus. This has put Canada in an unbearably weak position. Mr. Speaker, will the Prime Minister reverse all the damage he's done, or will he just call a carbon tax election so we can do it for him?
I think the Leader of the Opposition needs to reflect carefully on whether he really wants to amplify the erroneous narratives that the Americans are putting forward around, for example, our border, when less than 1% of migrants coming into the United States irregularly come from Canada, where 0.2% of fentanyl coming into the United States comes from Canada. These are things that we would all do well to stand up and say, yes, there's things we can and are working on together at our border, but amplifying these broken narratives is simply not responsible leadership.
Breaking things is not responsible, Mr. Speaker, and that's what he's been doing for 9 years. My job is not to cover that up for him. In fact, he's broken our economy. He's doubled the cost of housing, doubled the national debt, doubled trouble across our economy with higher taxes on working Canadians. He's in the process of raising taxes on investment and energy right now, while an American incoming president wants to take our jobs and our businesses. It's understandable why President Trump wants Canadian jobs to go south, but why does this Prime Minister want to help?
And so this is kind of where the different minds, different ideas come to play, where Trudeau says that there's no problem at our border, where Pierre says our border is broken and there's too many immigrants coming and going. Specifically, he said the Prime Minister has broken the immigration system, broken the border, broken our banks, and we need to fix those things and put Canada first. The NDP leader, Jagmeet, also said that there is a border problem and we need to be hiring more Canadian Border Service agents to be helping with this issue. So yeah, that was quite the over-exaggerated news story, but it does kind of give a interesting idea that what if Canada ended up becoming part of the US? Of course, our values and morals are slightly different. Canada's a little more liberal, but I think it'd be good for the economy as long as we kept the gun laws pretty strict in Canada, or in the 51st state. But all of it is not serious. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. Did you believe it at first after just reading the headline? Do you think Canada should be part of the US? And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.